You dumb, beautiful fucker.
Who wants to be in America's slash fic with Abraham Lincoln?
Louisiana Purchase, that's a name.
You need to really get off my balls, okay? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Also, why was Michelangelo so stinky? Ew.
Yeah, because Tanner's family's a cunt.
I have nothing for that side of the family. So.
I don't blame you.
And that's your mom or your dad?
No, it's my dad's side.
I hate both sides.
Huh?
Yeah.
What? I didn't hear what you said.
I hate both sides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fuck you, Leanne.
I don't know. It's a joke. It's a joke.
That's funny.
It's a joke. I don't.
No, Leanne heard you. She's been on speaker the whole time.
Leanne, your house is wonderful.
Colty.
Fucking Colt's is like he stared into the abyss like he was
Colt
having fucking
disassociated.
he was goddamn disassociated.
That's going to be how I record the whole episode.
Fortunate Son by CCR starts playing.
All right, whenever y'all are ready.
Oh, I've been recording for a full minute.
Oh shit!
You gotta do the clap. You gotta give us the clap.
You want the clap?
No.
Oh, okay, if you insist.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. This is episode 211 of the Y'all Can Hear podcast. I'll be your host today, Patrick, and joining me today are my three congenial co-hosts.
It's Jonathan again.
It's the cult.
After popular demand, I am back 2 weeks in a row. It's Tanner.
After the episode you said, I am never coming back.
The fan backlash was huge. I had to make it right, but this is my last episode.
Yeah, because we're totally not recording these 2 weeks back to back.
And if Tanner comes back, you have to die. We have to kill Tanner.
Me?
Yes, Tanner has to die.
You met your episode quota.
What if I'm back next week?
Yeah, because the thing you don't realize when we signed the AYCH contracts 4 years ago.
I wrote these up. I would have wrote them up.
Yeah, you said I will die by September.
Well, the thing is the AYCH lawyers, they came in and revised those contracts.
I haven't signed any new contracts.
Yeah, and the boys up top, there's 161 episodes. That's all we needed, Tanner. And so come on.
Yeah, a lot of people think I quit, but really I gotta let go.
You were still there writing some things. You wrote some of Wenzel's dud jokes, but we got
Yeah, they have brought me into as like a little spot writer. I've been doing that and SNL on the side, which is why they both suck now.
Also, your joke where Jonathan did like a Bernie impression for an hour and a half was very bad.
yeah, but it became part of Jonathan's life because Jonathan did that off mic too.
Well, I thought that was an off-mic bit.
It was, but it was still very bad.
I remember you did it when we were in Discord together for the Game Awards. A lot.
I just remember, I think it was like Cannon and Justin were here, and I just went on that Bernie Sanders bit for damn near 30 minutes.
Wenzel had you muted the whole time.
But Wenzel also would do the fucking Ben Shapiro bit,
which that is infinitely more annoying. I'm sorry.
It's funny.
because when he did it in the fucking Crunch Madness tournament, I literally had to throw something at him to make him stop.
Because here's the thing, Wenzel gets like really into character.
But today we're just sort of hanging out, shooting the shit. It's just one of our semi-regular banter episodes. We're just gonna be talking and catching up because, like Tanner, this is his first time back. Well, not his very first time, but one among his first times back in over a year.
Yeah, get among some bitches.
I will say a lot has happened since my last actual regular episode. I started getting really into Pokemon cards. I'm engaged to be married. I mean, just like really mundane stuff, really.
Among Us came out.
Graduated college. Among Us has been out for 3 years.
It's been out. It got big.
I bought a house. But really, I came here to talk about Pokemon cards.
It seems like your life got better when you left the show.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's almost like the show was holding you back.
I don't know. It maybe was. No. But yeah, a lot has happened since last March. But time is fate, is what I've learned.
That is true.
The last year, nothing happened. I don't remember a lot of like things that happened in my life. I remember media and stuff I consumed because that was my substitute for actual real life things that happened. I guess.
I will say, so my original plan, so I don't know if this has been mentioned on the podcast at all, but my groomsmen for my wedding is the podcast. It's Pat, John, Colt, Wenzel, and Cody. And then my younger brother is my best man. My original bit before COVID took forever was I was going to come on for the podcast. This is also before Cody got trapped in Tampa forever.
He's sealed in a coffin.
Tampa, but I was going to get everybody together and we were going to do the podcast. And I was going to ask y'all to be my groomsmen on the podcast because I thought that would have been really nice. You know, we've done the podcast together.
I would have said no so fast.
I thought it would have been funny. I would still give y'all the presents that went with it.
Yeah.
Because I will say that was the last time we saw you like in 2020. It was when you came up in like June to give John and I our watches.
No, well,
We saw each other at the Christmas thing.
yeah, I was about to say
Yeah, that's right, Christmas.
we got engaged in July. I gave y'all's watches in September, and then that was the last time I saw y'all until we got together for Christmas in December, and then that was the last time I saw y'all till we went to go see Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah.
In March.
Jesus.
And then we saw you just the other day when we could see Demon Slayer.
Yeah, and then we saw Demon Slayer, and now I guess I'm going to have to be seeing you guys semi-regularly again.
Yeah, you don't have an excuse to avoid us now.
I don't. I'm trapped.
But I did think that was. I think it's cool that like one of the first time we got to hang out in mass was like Godzilla Con because like that was a hoot and a horror. We talked about it before, but like that was just so much fun to get.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. I mean, that was because I love going to the movies. It's like it was one of our big things before, you know, like COVID and stuff, and like being back in the theater, even though it was our local theater and not the AMC.
Yeah, Chandler also got bougie in this time
I did not
away.
get bougie. Okay, there was a really nice AMC, only like 30 minutes from here. It's one of the AMC dine-ins that has the recliner seats, the heated seats. They got a bar in there. It is awesome.
Tanner bougie.
Local theater, it doesn't, and the tickets are cheaper. If anything, I'm saving money.
Just making up for it in gas. And
Yeah.
But plus, like we had a great time with Demon Slayer. That's probably one of my favorite movies of the year so far.
Demon Slayer
no cap.
is, if we're not counting TV shows or wrestling pay-per-views, Demon Slayer technically is the best movie I've seen of 2021.
of a 2021 film.
Yeah.
I think
Jujutsu Kaisen, though.
It's not a fucking movie.
I do think it's funny. There's been like some contention in the group that Tanner is using Letterboxd to put anime and TV shows on it.
I got anime, television shows, both nights of WrestleMania, and then actual movies all in one list on Letterboxd, and it's just called 2021 Ranked.
I don't have a problem with anything over any movies being on there. Anything that's long. You put on those fucking 5-minute short films.
Oh, I do. Save Ralph is good, though.
It's still
It Save Ralph will win an Oscar.
all right, cheater.
No, I actually had a bit, but I forgot it now.
Dang, just end the episode, I guess.
Well, guys, thank you for listening.
We had to cut 80% of it, and now we're done.
But we did want to do like one of our regular bits while we were here because earlier we did a impromptu live taste test of the Oreo donuts. We have some more Krispy Kreme here. We're just trying the new strawberry Krispy Kremes, which is a strawberry glaze and a strawberry cream filled.
Wait, so it's each donut strawberry glaze and strawberry cream filled?
No, one is strawberry glazed.
Oh, so I have to eat 2 donuts?
Oh no!
And then one is strawberry glazed
Dang,
with the cream in it.
I guess. I guess I will.
I'm weirdly excited for this.
I'm just going to say I did start a diet on Monday
Who gives
for
a
the wedding.
fuck?
There's some extra stuff in there, Pat.
Yeah, but also we'll probably have to split these. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed there's already 2 missing. I wonder who did that.
That's just a glazed, right?
Yeah, this is just a glazed. What are the cream fills?
Oh, please don't drop it.
It will be okay.
The cream filled ones with the
wanna grab
the pink stripe on it.
Okay, so one of those first.
Yeah, tell me when I can eat this bad boy.
We splitting it?
Do you want to split it?
I think we split it.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, we had to split one.
Here you go. You get the bigger piece.
Hold that for now. Oh, thank you.
All right. On count of 3, we'll try it. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Okay.
I fucks with them.
That's very
That is a strawberry donut.
I like that.
Reminds me a lot of the strawberry cake at a bakery we have in town. God damn it! I really just thought about it.
I was expecting more of a.
Are you thinking of Nothing But Cakes?
No, it's in Northport.
Oh.
I was
Edgar's?
Eggers, that's it.
Yep.
artificial strawberry is what I was expecting, but it's not really.
Yeah, that tastes like a strawberry jam.
Now we're trying the
Oh, yeah, give me that bad boy.
the cream filled.
I want a filthy amount. Yes, sir. Let's go. Man, I just want to eat it now.
Ooh, that strawberry smell.
I was about to say, this one definitely smells more strawberry. Pat, what other donuts do we have in there?
We have some apple, cinnamon apple filled, and some chocolate.
So I know what y'all are thinking. When are we going to do a Krispy Kreme donut taste test? Because that's what I'm thinking. It's when are we going to do that?
I mean, that nothing is off the table.
That smells horny, dude.
All right, try it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I think this one legit busted in my mouth.
Can I get this the Aki way?
the what?
Have you seen the TikToks of the guy in the bodega? And they're like, "Can I get a sausage biscuit on these 2 honey buns with some fruity pebbles the Aki way?"
No, I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about, Tim.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah, this is busting your mouth. So fucking good. Krispy Kreme's been kicking it out the park, kicking it.
I really wish I could have tried those Oreo ones.
They were good. That's probably some of the best like specialty Krispy Kremes I've ever had.
Man, that was.
It'll fill you ass up though. It's thick.
I'm trying to figure out what Jonathan's doing over here. Are we in Brazil?
Yes, we're in Brazil.
He's on
Playing
Google
GeoGuessr.
Maps. Geoguessing.
Yes, Jonathan looking at big booty bitches again.
Those were good. I will say the stuffed ones were definitely better.
Oh yeah.
Dang, that kind of makes me want to go through Krispy Kreme when I leave here.
I mean, I recommend it. You definitely get more strawberry, and both are good. But if you can get one, get the strawberry glazed strawberry filling.
Well, you know what Krispy Kreme, I don't remember what brand it is, but Krispy Kreme sells a bottled chocolate milk. That is delicious. It is the best chocolate milk you will find.
That's not working.
I do think an After Dark episode would actually be really good, but everybody get like fucking trashed.
Who came in their pants this episode?
I did all the time.
I do think like it'd be a funny bit if we did do like an After Dark or like a drunk cast because I feel like that's much more possible now.
What does that mean?
Well, just the fact that you don't have to do it remotely now and everybody can be in the same house, I guess.
And I feel like I feel like we definitely done some episodes that we were like a little buzzed on. Well,
I know I have.
Have y'all done any like canon episodes, or has it been like mainly for like Fast and Furious? Is this going in the show?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering.
There are many episodes where I'm fucked up of some sort.
The show I do remember when we were watching Fast 5. We took a shot of Malibu rum every time they said family, but then they didn't say family that much in Fast 5.
They only say it twice.
So we took what 10 shots each that night.
how did that happen?
And we just did it for fun, and then because like this was like in the middle of the week.
Yeah, this was like a Tuesday.
So I was still kind of feeling it when I went to work the next day.
No, but I feel like we have mentioned the possibility, because there's a lot of friends in our friend group that's like, oh, you should do a drunk cast. And I feel like we've been talking about it for like 2 years at this point.
I feel like it is very much still on the table. Because, like, behind the scenes, we have, like multiple lists of, like, ideas for the show. So we literally have show planned for years. We just sort of, like, which one are we going to do first? Because we had, like, a whole, like, we had, you know, at least the first 6 months of 2020 planned out. We had to scrap because of COVID, and logistically, Colt Winslow couldn't be here.
Because I know that's the thing. Pretty much, especially from like after E3 time last year, y'all pretty much just flew off the cuff, and just did like whatever. Not whatever you want. I mean, whatever you wanted, yes, but like it wasn't like pre-planned. Whereas, like, before that, you know, the podcast, like, if we did a taste test, we would plan a taste test, like, 2 months in advance. Be like, okay, make sure everybody got this. You know, everybody pitching money for it. But, like, we haven't really, I mean, y'all haven't done a big taste test because, you know, or y'all have done taste tests, but y'all haven't done.
was fucking big.
But y'all haven't done, like, I guess a heavy hitter taste test. Like, I know.
Okay.
I know one that's been mentioned for a while is, like, a chicken sandwich taste test or a hamburger taste test. That's a lot harder to do when everybody's not in the same room.
Yeah. Well, and now, like, every fucking place that sells chicken now has a chicken sandwich.
Which, speaking of, the McDonald's new Spicy Deluxe and the Zaxby's new Spicy Chicken Sandwich both slap.
They're both really good.
Yeah, they're both quite tasty.
I can't see them being better than like the Popeyes.
They're not.
They're
Or
not.
Chick-fil-A.
They're not.
They come pretty close.
I put them up there with Chick-fil-A, but I'm also not too impressed with Chick-fil-A's. I also think Wendy's already had a better chicken sandwich than Chick-fil-A, especially Wendy's Spicy Chicken Sandwich. I thought prior to Popeyes was the best chicken sandwich on the market. But yeah.
But I definitely think, like, that's definitely, like, you know, knock on wood, something we can get to, because we still have all of 2021, and now that we're able to move around a little bit more, and we're all vaccinated.
Everybody is fully vaxxed.
So
I'm fully anti. What are you talking about?
Do we have to get a booster shot?
In like 6 months.
They said they don't know with, like, this is as of recording. We're recording June 28th, 2020, so we're all just guessing. They said there might be the possibility of having to have like a year, like an annual booster. I mean, kind of like the flu shot, I guess. You know, you have to have the flu shot every year. Have to have like an annual booster, but there's been like no word, I guess, yet. I mean, I ain't worried about it yet. I mean, I just got fully vaccinated, so
yeah, I just had mine recently, and I think Colt and I are both built different because I didn't have any side effects at all.
Yeah,
Y'all both can fuck off. That's all I'm saying.
Hearing from Jonathan, it destroyed us. I mean,
hurt
like
more getting the shot than anything after.
I will say the nurse gave me my second shot, and I like look at it because the only way like a shot doesn't hurt for me is if I look at it, and it was a much bigger needle than my first shot, and I'm looking at it, and she goes, "Oh, this is a pretty big needle, huh?" and I'm like, "Yeah,
it's a turkey baster or a turkey needle."
Yeah, that's what I said. And she's like, "This isn't one of the retractable ones. I just noticed." She was like, "This is just one of those big needles." I go, "Yeah." She's like, "You really got to shove it in there." I mean, stabbed me pretty much.
You got cord.
Yeah,
The needle went through,
and like as soon as she pulled that shot out, it wasn't like the super soldier serum going through my veins, but it was like where the actual shot was. I was like, "Damn, that hurt."
Like, I was bleeding a lot on my first shot. I think the needle was bigger then, but the second time I didn't have any blood. It was weird.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't have any blood for either of my shots.
I guess the first one they fucked up a little bit. So
You were the fucking guinea pig.
oh god,
Because
I
you
did get
were the
mine
first
early.
one out of us to get the shot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Cole got the shot like a full
February.
I mean, 2 months before me.
he's been riding that super soldier serum for a minute
Yeah.
now. Colt's been jumping higher, running longer, fucking harder.
Fucking bet.
I mean, that's like Riley. She had her second shot and was fully vaccinated with her second shot before I could even get my first. It was crazy. It's crazy. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but what can you do? I'm just glad I got it now.
Yeah.
Where I can do stuff like go to Target and not be super anxious. Still wear my mask.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still extremely anxious.
I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still anxious, but I don't go in there and I'm just not like.
I don't think it's necessarily scared of COVID for me, which I still am. It's more scared of humans and interacting with them. My human interaction before COVID was pretty bad, but now it's definitely regressed.
I don't shake hands anymore.
Like I forget how to talk to people. Like I always forget. Like fuck, I didn't tell that person my name. Like I just got their name. I'm like, they don't know who the fuck I am.
That's funny. That's a good bit. I do that a lot at work, where like somebody will introduce themselves to me. I'm like, oh great.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, thanks for the name. I'll remember your name. I won't remember your name.
They're just like Tanner's like, you got to play the guessing game. Figure it out.
Yeah, the only person I can remember doing that to is Jeff Sessions.
What a random one to pull out too.
Because fuck him. No, we're not cutting that. Fuck Jeff Sessions.
No, yeah, because like plenty of also as happened, plenty of Alabama politicians have just got their fucking
Dirty laundry.
Yeah, their dirty laundry aired out because we had a councilman who
John Merrill, we're doxing him,
who was running for a position in Washington, and it got leaked that he had a mistress and two really liked ass play.
Woo! That's a
which, like, if he wasn't a Republican, probably wouldn't be that big of a fucking deal. It's like, cool, you like getting pegged. That's
great. It's 2021.
But this guy is like, I hate the gays.
But
so
also
it's
like
fuck him.
But also he's really into his prostate.
I don't know why I'm thinking. Do you know that? I'm going to talk about TikTok a lot. Do you know that TikTok sound? It's the Black Bear song. It's like, my girl don't want me because as soon as you said dirty laundry, I was just like imagining Jeff Sessions like crashing on the floor and then standing up and doing like the my girl don't want me because dance. I don't know.
You are definitely losing your brain.
I'm TikTok. I'm telling you, I was telling my fiance this the other day. I have regressed a lot, especially in the last 14 months. But I feel like as a human, intelligence-wise, I peaked at about 14, and I'm currently 25, going on 26.
I peaked at 8,
and I've seriously felt like I've gotten dumber. So we were sitting. Let me just tell you this argument we got in the other night. We were sitting in bed because we don't have a couch in our house yet because it was on back order because we ordered a couch from TikTok that we saw on TikTok.
Okay.
It was from
Mr. TikTok. Please send us a couch.
It was from Rooms.
John TikTok.
It was from Rooms to Go, but we saw the couch on TikTok. We're like, well, we have to have that.
Is it a nugget? Are you gonna be one of those weird people that fuck on the nuggets?
No, it's a regular couch. We just saw it on TikTok. It has like storage in it. It becomes like a queen size bed. It's a nice couch. And we were sitting in bed and we got into this argument because we started talking. We were watching an animal documentary and this dog walked by. I was like, man, that's crazy that they only see it in black and white. and Riley goes, yeah, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, they just like can't see light like us. And she goes, well, it's not like that. And then she explained like this probably correct way of how colorblindness works. And I just went, yeah, no, I don't think so.
If Wenzel was here, he would tell us.
Oh, I know he would. Because I thought of Wenzel while we were arguing about this. And we just got in this argument and like got really mad about like she was like, it has to do with the cones in your eyes. I'm like, it's more like a rod thing, I think. And we got so mad. She eventually went. She was like, Tanner, we have to stop talking about this, or one of us is going to sleep in the guest room. Like we got like into it, and it wasn't like malicious, but it was like it definitely could have took a malicious turn. It's like, all right, listen here, this is how colorblindness works. So that's how my last year's been.
But just on like how y'all interact. I remember you sent a video to us where Riley's just sitting in bed like reading a book, and you jump in the frame and just scream "Deku!" and just scream that.
Deku.
Speaking of, she has started copy. So at the not the beginning, I guess the middle of quarantine, I got Riley like into Naruto for a little bit. So she knows like some bits, not like Wenzel. I still haven't figured out the Wenzel thing with Naruto. But the other day, I walked downstairs and Riley goes, "That's my sussy baka." I go, "No, ma'am." I go, "No, ma'am. We are not saying that." And then she just started. She was like, "Oh, what's the matter, my sussy baka?" I'm like, "You don't know what that means."
It means you're a suspicious baka.
I know, but it's just God. Yep.
Well, on TikTok,
Love my life, but
On TikTok, there was one video I was seeing that's like this. There's no goddamn way this is real. I told Tanner about it when we had dinner the other night before Demon Slayer. But apparently, there's this trend of these teenagers that are trying to get the Menendez brothers freed from jail.
I'm sorry. Jonathan just looked up Sussy Baka and went to the meme origins. It was some hell.
The know your meme.
But yeah, apparently there's these kids are just the Menendez brothers. They've been through a lot. They've served their time. It's time for them to get out. And literally, they killed their parents. They blew their mom's face off with a shotgun.
And wasn't she running away actively? So they had to have some remorse. They were shitty people.
Yeah,
they were shitty people.
They're actively shitty. And plus, there were some people thinking they think the Menendez brothers were cute back in the day, but this happened in the early 90s. They're old men now.
Yeah, they look like nutsacks. Do not.
And just I knew I had heard about people fetishizing and being quote in love with serial killers, but just what the fuck?
See it with Richard Ramirez as well, which that man smells like asshole. He is asshole.
It's covered in dookie.
Hold on, let's
You would not like
I was-
what you see.
yeah, because he's an ugly motherfucker.
He's ugly as shit. That's Richard King of England. What? He just Googled Rich. They just Googled Richard.
I clicked on Richard Ramirez. God damn it.
I would love if Jonathan just searched Richard and hit enter.
He's got to be the most famous one.
look at this motherfucker.
Oh God.
He's he's covered in piss and shit, and he was drinking blood.
Gosh,
Yeah, pretty bad.
that's so sexy.
he looks like a goddamn zombie.
So okay, sorry to bring us back to TikTok anime,
Of
anime
course.
TikTok. Have y'all seen the TikTok or the sound of somebody that sounds a lot like the English dub voice of Deku singing? I don't even know the name of the song because I'm just out of it. I want to play a little bit of it.
Okay.
There's my silly little baka. Wait, no. I'm angry.
Oh, that's not even the
Not
right sound.
it. I know what you're talking about, but I just can't remember what was said.
I can't. I'm trying to find it because it's hilarious.
But I was listening to a podcast. This is related to TikTok. I was listening to a podcast that had Brittany Broski, aka the Kombucha Girl.
Yeah.
She was talking about how she's apparently the host of the official TikTok podcast.
Yeah, she's the host of the TikTok podcast.
And she talked about how there's this trend right now, how a lot of young people, they will get an apartment or a house together. They'll be content houses, basically, where these kids live together and just make shit for various social media. And I realized, isn't our house, the art house, essentially a content house? Because
I mean,
to a certain extent, yeah.
I mean, depending on how, obviously not literally, but we didn't live together for the express purpose of making shit for social media, but by a certain examination of that definition, do we qualify for that?
Every person that lives here makes content and they put it out. Yes.
Just
This is a house. This is one of those Team 10s or whatever they're fucking called.
you're Team 10.
Project Offline TV.
I wouldn't.
Offline TV's good. That's one of the few houses I enjoy.
I would say now if y'all moved in with each other for the sole purpose of being man, it'd be way easier to record the podcast if we all just live together, huh? I would say so, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a content house. I will say every piece of AYCH content now is recorded here, so I guess it could qualify.
And two of us that live here are regularly on. Cannon's on. Well, I guess Cannon's
got
on
his own show.
He's on full time because he's on every episode of Cage and Greatness, and Justin comes here to record that. So
Liz was on one episode, but she also has really good art on Instagram.
And since I've taken
Fantastic bag.
Wait, has Liz been on an episode of Cage and Greatness?
No, it was an old AYC.
She's been
Oh yeah, she was on one of the Star Wars files.
she's been on 3 or 4.
Yeah, a couple of episodes. Yeah.
So she can't really come on anymore because if she's down here and no one's upstairs, the dogs will go crazy.
yeah.
So she can't because Darwin, our corgi or her corgi, cannot be physically separated from Liz because he will explode.
Yes.
But I just thought that was funny. Just are we technically a content house? I was gonna have a suggestion to the house if we didn't do something else because I got a random here at my house. Wouldn't it be fun to try some of those TikTok trends like the egg thing and the gender center of gravity bit? Have y'all seen that one?
Yeah, I do think it would be funny, like, you know, when everybody's like vaccinated and stuff, to get people over here and be like, let's just have like a TikTok trend party. I think it would be fun or funny.
I feel like it'd be fun to try TikTok trends, but if it's one of those dress up as a TikTok trend, I will assault.
Oh no,
I will assault you.
No, like do it and not even necessarily upload it. Just do it for like
Just to try it.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Bits and gigs.
If you dress up as a TikTok trend, I will.
What TikTok trend would you dress up as?
Dog? There's a dog. There's dogs on there.
Oh, I thought you meant Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, I would dress up as Pudgy.
Yes. Owie, owie. Owie, owie.
Can I get an owl for the gravy train?
Oh God! Speaking of owl, again, something else. My fiance just constantly, she'll say, "Can I get an owl for the gravy train?" and then bite me, and that's how I got rabies.
Oh, God. No. Oh, shit. That stuff takes a long time to kill you.
Yeah, this isn't even my original arm.
Like Tanner just is covered in bruises, circular bruises.
I do have bug bites on me.
I was trying to what are some of the trying to remember some of the memes that we say around the house.
Butt pussy.
We say butt pussy a lot.
TikTok one we say all the time is, oh, my pussy hurt.
Yes,
What TikTok?
I don't know that one.
that's more so on like queer TikTok.
See the TikToks I quote are like, I'll just like randomly do like the say so dance.
Mine are unhinged. They're not really words.
Colton screams.
It's just action.
I am.
God, that Alex Jones one you sent the other day kind of freaked me out.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
Where the face keeps morphing.
That's one of my favorites.
I will say
TikTok
the
trends.
scariest TikTok I've got recently is that one that Cody sent of the possum eating the crawfish.
It's not scary.
It's not scary.
It's just got fat eyes.
You're right. It's not scary. It's horrific. I agree.
It's pretty scary that it's eating them alive. I think that's scary.
I mean, this isn't TikTok, but the scariest fucking shit is that shit Wenzel sends at like 4 in the fucking morning. When I'm like, I happen to be like half awake, open Twitter, and then just see like some like spooky shit. I'm like,
Yeah, he did that like last week.
One that kind of unseated me was probably from last year. Like he sent a tweet of like it's just very uncanny, like I guess like statue or diorama or something. I mean, basically it looks like a goat with like human proportions. I mean, it looks like a photorealistic goat. It just kind of it sort of stand up with like more humanly proportioned, and you just see a camera just like in the dark in the woods slowly rotating it. I'm like, fuck that! I saw it at like 3 a.m.
Throw my phone in the garbage.
and then like when I wake up the next morning and look at it, I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking stupid. But at like 3 in the morning when you're half asleep,
Because
it's just like
because the one he said over there is like it was like a girl with like her face painted up like a ghost. And I remember seeing that at like 1 a.m. It's like, oh fuck! And then when I looked at the morning, it's like that's dumb. But
that was me. I was like,
but even Wenzel said, oh yeah, this one spooked me. So here you go.
I'm glad Wenzel's not here.
Yeah, welcome to the Wenzel shitcast.
I do miss my little
It's
buddy.
been so fucking. The thing is, I talk to Wenzel normally whenever he's at home, at least 4 times a week. We have like gaming sessions where we play games for a long time, and then we have the recording. And it's been like 2 weeks where I've just been talking to him over message, and it's been a fucking long time.
Can plus like Wenzel is one of the most regular members, so like for him to be, I mean, it hasn't been that long in real time, but like in terms of the show, he's been gone for several episodes, so it's definitely getting used to someone like not being here.
Yeah, and also just from my perspective, so like I don't really, I'm like in the process of building a computer, I guess, but
You won't even be able to play with us. We don't have computers.
I have a Chromebook, so like I can't really like jump on Discord whenever I want. And then right now, since we're still in the process of unpacking all our crap, I don't have my PlayStation 5 plugged out. 'Cause I don't have a TV for my office yet, so I haven't been able to get on. So like I haven't seen or talked to actually talked to Wenzel since we saw Godzilla vs. Kong, which at this point has been over a month. But like with COVID and everything, I saw Wenzel 4 times in a year, which is nuts. Mm-hmm. I mean, it kind of goes to the same with everybody here. Like, I only saw and talked to you, I mean, I don't even want to say in person, but I guess in person 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Last year after our spring break banter weekend.
Which is wild because we usually got together like once a week, just normally.
Yeah, I mean, if not all of us, then some combination of us, like would hang, like not even just for podcast stuff, would like just hang out on the weekend. Because I was reminding Colt, we used to record the podcast on Thursdays, and we very rarely ever recorded on the weekend, or if we did, I guess right before we started, I stepped away full time. We started doing the podcast on Sundays because it worked with everybody's schedule better. But before that, we were doing it on Thursdays.
And plus, it is funny to see how the trajectory of like our behind the scenes of work. Like we started during the week, and then it's pretty much stayed on weekends. It's sort of like which day, because like now we record on Saturdays, and John and I take turns editing on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Because, we actually edit the show now.
Yeah, the show after it only took about 160 episodes, but the show actually gets edited.
It took till Cody. We forced Cody. Did Cody teach y'all how to do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he just did not feel like
Was it
editing.
as hard as he made it out to be all over the whole time? We were begging him, please edit, please edit.
It's not so much as it's hard, it's just time consuming.
Okay.
Yeah, it just...
Did it take like 8 hours per episode?
At first, then I learned a better way to do it. But also, I'm very fastidious when I edit at times, so it could be longer.
So how long, because who will edit this episode?
This episode will be me.
Yeah.
How long do you think it will take you to edit this episode? Saying we ended it right now. How long would you say? With as many cuts?
At most, like if I took my time, probably like a couple hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it just really depends on one, like what really was said, because like behind the scenes, it's not like we're really cutting out. This is like bad content, or like something like risque.
Most of the cuts is like risque, or dead air.
Most of it is just dead air.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Is because I know like the last episode I edited, which was I think was the anime episode. There was a lot of dead air in that one.
Yeah.
So basically, it's sort of like to make it more concise and congruent. And plus, like there'll be stuff where like something may happen, like we have to get up and walk away, or something like that part we cut out. So like you're not really like missing anything from our edits. So
yeah,
and not that you can,
except some juicy bits that I exclusively get.
the juicy bits for our ears only.
I will say, at this point, there is a folder in the Google Drive that is filling up with some quite juicy sound bits. I mean, some of them several years old at this point. I mean, because there's stuff in there with, like, me in it from, like, when we were still recording in my kitchen.
Yeah.
So I know there's some old stuff in there. There's some goodies. Maybe they'll see the air one day. I don't know.
Yeah, but that might be something we put on our Patreon.
Well, I know a lot of them, at least the ones I pull, most of those are in the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that y'all have pulled like a lot of sound bites, like from that actually make the episode, and then ours like prior to y'all's era, we pulled out like pre-recording conversations that didn't like fit the theme. Like if we were doing a taste test, we didn't want the first 3 minutes to talk about milk.
I don't know. That's pretty funny.
Welcome to the milk taste test.
I would listen to that. And then again, I am insane, so we'll see.
It's like this buttermilk shit. Fuck that.
I hate buttermilk.
It's just butter and milk. Gross.
It's so gross. I hate it.
Does anyone like drink buttermilk straight though?
My grandmother.
My grandmother, she would just drink that shit.
Like cooked, that makes sense. Cooking it was
Well, I mean, like if you want to make biscuits, you want to make pancakes, stuff like that. Yeah, obviously, but like. No, you don't drink that shit straight.
Drinking it, yeah. I think it's an old people thing. I don't know anybody remotely close to our age.
Yeah, well,
I think
that's why old people are dead.
I think people drinking regular milk by itself should be in jail.
Fuck you.
Tanner's anti-milk.
I mean, I don't drink milk.
I'm lactose intolerant, but also I like White Russians. So it's a slippery slope.
I brought this up.
When we were talking off air, and Tanner was like, "Man, alcohol gives me the shits." It's probably because you're drinking so many White Russians.
Well, no, what I was talking about in particular there was I think it's like the sweeter drinks. Like if a drink has a bunch of
like sugar, and
like blue curacao or grenadine in it, like that makes me just have to go. Mm-hmm. So
that's interesting. I figure like darker liquor would make people have the runs.
I don't know. Maybe we have to do a test for that.
Alcohol taste test.
Alcohol taste
Which
test.
one's going to make me poop the most?
Which I feel like that was positive at one point in the past. Because we will give a little bit of a head. We do have a after the banner episode, we do have 3 food-based episodes coming out for you. 2 events are connected, but the one we will say is a return to the taste test, and it's definitely a bigger one.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So you can be looking forward to that.
Are they all coming out this month? In May?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
The next 2 weeks will be part of a series.
Ooh.
After this episode.
Ooh. I know what that is, too, but...
So essentially, I will give you another hint that we always had our March Madness episodes. Well, things came up, so we couldn't do it in March. So we're having March Madness in May. So it will be another tournament, but also be food-based tournament. Yeah. So we'll be putting information online on our Twitter and socials, so keep an eye out for that.
And then, not to give away your stuff, but like there's actually an E3 this year, so I imagine y'all will probably be doing something with that and invite me back on.
I'd say that's very much on the table. We have an E3.
And this year we can actually get together for it, because I think they're doing it normally.
I think they're doing it kind of normal. I'm trying to think who...
I think it's still streamed,
Yeah, like I don't think they're going to do...
Like an in-person, big, everybody goes to this one place.
Why say that? I
don't know.
They may do smaller theaters. They may not do like the Nokia theater anymore, but they may do smaller theaters. Because I know, Nintendo's always does the direct, so you'll get like a direct from Nintendo, and Sony won't do anything because they're cowards. And then Microsoft will have a big 17-hour
Yeah, they'll say
event.
we bought Nintendo.
Yeah.
We also bought
Yeah,
PlayStation.
And then there'll be like individual studios. They'll probably have their own, like, I imagine Square. And
Yeah, I think there's already like a pretty nice list of like confirmed.
Konami was confirmed, and then recently they said we're not ready. We're not ready.
Yeah.
God.
All
I wish
Pachinko
that one
announcements.
rumor was true about Sony buying them out.
I just wish Sony would nuke Konami and just give everything to Kojima again, please. I just want Kojima.
Not
to-
everything, but like Metal Gear, definitely.
Well, okay.
I want Castlevania
Kojima
again.
and Silent Hill.
Yeah, what are you talking?
Well, let me ask you this: if the rumor's true and the next Kojima production game is a Microsoft exclusive, do you think Sony would buy the Metal Gear IP just to let Kojima do it, or do you think they would give it to like Blue Point, like they did
They'd give
Demon
it to
Souls?
Blue Point, but at the same time, I would break my nails off one by one if the next Kojima game is an Xbox exclusive.
I think it is.
I know it. I think it is too. And I'm going to rip my nails off one by one.
We're actually going to
Phil
have
Spencer, I'm going to send you my nails. I'm not.
God, I still have yet to play Death Stranding.
I still have my copy.
It's amazing.
I have mine too.
It's absolutely amazing. You need to play this Randy.
I have a whole
Gear.
literally. I was unpacking stuff from boxes, and you would be shocked at how many games I still have sealed.
I'm not shocked. I've seen them all.
And I was like, man, I got a really big backlog because there's a lot of stuff I want to play. Because I started streaming like 3 weeks before I got hired on at my current job during COVID, and I beat like 4 games in that time. I actually beat a good amount of games last year. Probably the most games I'd beaten in several years. But yeah, and then this year I've only played Princess Connect Redive on my phone, and
It's a fucking gotcha game.
yeah, it's good.
Fuck off.
You want to see my characters?
I don't care about gotcha. It's all garbage.
No, just you wait, buddy.
Even the Nier garbage gotcha game. I love Nier. Drakengard, whatever the fuck it is. I don't like gotcha games. It's a terrible genre.
I was just sort of shook that there was like, what? I guess I'm gonna guess it's a gotcha game. That it had a 7 Deadly Sins crossover with Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Which is like of all the things.
The Fate gotcha game just had a April Fool's event with Bobobo characters.
That's
it's
good shit.
cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely trying to get your money some more, drain your wallet.
Well, I don't spend any money
you
on mine.
Okay.
I really haven't spent any money on any of these characters. And look, I mean, just look at all these nice ladies. And look,
It's so small.
look at them.
I don't see the appeal. This is like
Cole, this is called what I do at work.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I have this like fucking like space bullet hell game that I play at work when I get bored.
That sounds fun. That sounds actually fun. This is rolling a dice and seeing which anime girl you get.
Don't roll a dice.
Well, I mean, this is kind of.
Whatever,
I mean,
mystery
this has
box.
like
the
like
lady
gotcha
brings
games.
papers.
Shut the fuck.
And you either get a silver paper, a gold paper, or a rainbow paper, which is the secret rares. And they range from 1 star to 3 star, and then you can ascend them all the way up to 5 stars.
I feel like this Gacha Games plays too much into Tanner's proclivity to buying Pokemon cards right now.
Can I get into that a little bit? So I started buying Pokemon cards again, like in October, because I am a business mate. No, I started buying Pokemon cards again in like October, and then I like cooled off for a little bit, but then my beautiful, wonderful, lovely fiance somehow found a Vivid Voltage Elite Trainer box, and that really just opened the seal. The forbidden door. And I have went absolutely nuts. I've bought booster boxes from America and Japan and Korea, and it's like every week I get stuff from either Japan or America or Korea. I currently have a Champions Road Korean booster box, a Shiny Star V. I don't know if y'all have heard of it, but Shiny Star V is like the premium high class booster box. There's only 10 packs in a box. A Japanese box goes for about $130 right now.
But isn't every card like a hollow?
You're guaranteed a VMAX in every pack. And then there's some packs that are what they call God packs, which you can get. It's all shiny Pokemon, and all the shiny Pokemon in the set are at least secret rare. They may be ultra rare. I'm not sure. But yeah, I got a Korean one of that, which a Korean one still goes for a decent amount, but not as much as a Japanese one. And then I have the new Japanese set. I have a Silver Lance or whatever it's called. One of those. I have like 100 packs to open right now that I'm waiting because I haven't opened them yet.
I really want to. This is a weird request. I really want to have an opening session where I just watch you open cards.
You can absolutely come up
because that's one of the things I like to do for fun is watch people open cards.
You should. You can actually. So it's a little expensive to get into Pokemon cards.
I don't want to. I'm already so in debt.
But,
really, but
you can buy, if you're not like super keen on buying like full booster boxes, you can buy individual packs for not a bad price. Like right now.
I do think it's funny that because like the demand for Pokemon cards is so high right now that there's been like people with armed guards outside of like Target. So like you can only buy like X amount of packs from any given store.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with sports cards right now too. Because I was trying to buy some baseball cards just because to have.
Did you ever get those Fortnite cards?
Yeah. I bought some Fortnite cards too. I'm gonna hold on to them because that Series 2 booster box I bought is like triple its price right now than I bought it for.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So I have some Fortnite cards that I'm keeping sealed. For a while, and then recently though I got a Dream League box, which is also like a higher class premium booster box in Japan. This is probably super boring, but I got a full art red and Pikachu card. I posted pictures of it on Twitter, which a PSA 10 of that card right now is going for almost $1,000, which is nuts. And I'd opened cards with a friend that also collects cards, and we were holding like all our like good pulls, and I was like, if these all came back PSA 10s, which is really hard to get a PSA 10 now because they've gotten a lot stingier with the market being what it is. I was like, we're probably holding like $10,000. It was a crazy moment.
I remember when you sent us those Pokemon cards. One, they all look super cool. Like those are all like awesome looking cards, and it's like, oh yeah, I probably have like an absurd amount of money just by myself.
Yeah.
And never mind like all my like other card collector friends. I'm just like, I feel like my mind was melting because like, what the fuck is happening? Because my dad called me. It's like, hey Pat, I know you Pokemon cards are getting big again because this was back when McDonald's had a set. Mm-hmm. It's like, you still got your cards at the house. It's like, yeah, dude. It's like, is my dad trying to get me to get into the Pokemon game?
And it's really, the thing is, buying English cards right now is actually harder than buying Japanese cards.
Because everybody's buying them up here.
Because everybody's buying them. The only since November, the only because we actually have, so I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Poke Collect, but like I learned about Poke Collect from Unlisted Leaf, which is a guy that opens Pokemon cards on YouTube. He lives in Australia, and he talked about this website called Poke Collect, and I actually made an order from there. And I made the order on a Tuesday night, and they were at my house on Wednesday night. I'm like, this got to my house suspiciously quick. And then I looked on the website, and the address was in Madison County, Alabama, which is
what the heck?
an hour and 45 minutes from here.
They probably drove it here.
I don't know, but it was like an hour and 45 minutes from here. So we actually went up there, and the guy, I mean, had Battle Styles Elite Trainer boxes. Like I said, had Dream League Japanese booster boxes, a ton of individual Japanese packs. He sells actual graded cards. He buys cards from people and sells them. I mean, it's an awesome little store. And they also sell like Magic cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and had like tables and TV set up so you could like play D&D or just whatever with people. Super cool store. It's only open Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. But it was awesome, and I highly recommend if y'all wanted to get into Pokemon, y'all need to go there because he's like the cheapest option right now.
It seems like a good investment. It really does, but it's so expensive.
I'm not buying for the purpose of one day reselling them, but if one day it come to my attention that, oh, I'm sitting on $20,000 worth of Pokemon cards, which right now, if my rare cards got graded and got to 10s, I'd probably be sitting on about that much. Yeah, I would sell them in a heartbeat. So the fact that it could go up, because I just don't see, I hate calling it the Pokemon card market, but I just don't see it crashing because I don't see Pokemon getting less popular.
Yeah, it's Pokemon.
It's like Marvel at this point.
The least popular it's gotten was like when, like
probably
X
when
and
Gen.
Y.
I was going to say when like Gen 4 came out.
No, Gen 4 was booming.
See, I just don't. But
I
maybe
see like Gen 5, Black and White 2.
But
it's looked back as a beloved game, yes, but I don't remember many people actually talking about it at the time.
Yeah, so
it's like, it's Pokemon as a perennial property. Like I said, it's never going to just like disappear. But like there will be peaks and valleys. And I feel like it's been climbing for a while. But I think eventually, like everything, there's a time of lean and time of plenty. So like. Yeah. It's kind of like when you decide to cash out, if that's something you decide to do.
Yeah, because that's like I was telling y'all before the podcast. So like 3 years ago, which I kicked myself in the butt because remember when Cody really wanted us to get back into Pokemon cards like 5 years ago?
Yeah.
If we would have done that and been able to get our hands on some of those packs, I mean, we would have been sitting on tens of thousands of dollars at this point. But anyways, that's beside the point. Also, I didn't have that money then to spend because I was a poor college student. But like a first edition sealed booster box about 3 or 4 years ago was going for about $35,000. And recently, and I do not like the Paul brothers at all, but Logan Paul did a auction off of the packs, and an individual first edition sealed booster pack auctioned off between $40,000 and $44,000 just in 3 years. Like, so that box, all said and done, because there's 36 packs in a first edition booster box for base set. So all said and done, it was over $1 million, which is nuts. But a sealed first edition booster box now sells for about $350,000.
Jesus Christ.
Which is absolutely crazy.
And a lot of people are seeing the money value in it, and they're getting into it just because of the money.
Yeah, no, there's people into Pokemon cards right now as in like an actual, like how people invest in crypto currency, people are investing in that with Pokemon cards.
I feel like investing in Pokemon cards is 100 times better than investing in cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah.
I would agree because it's at least real.
I mean, granted, all money is fake, but cryptocurrency is somehow even faker.
Yes.
And also, it's extraordinarily damaging to the environment.
Yes.
I understand getting into it because of the value. One thing I just feel bad about is it's taking the cards away from people that actually like Pokemon.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too, because there's just like a kid can't walk into the store, and think about it what you weigh, but like people can't walk into a store now and be like, oh, cool, a pack of Pokemon cards, I'm going to buy it. You can't do that because they are not there.
Yeah, I remember like you could go into almost any like store with toys in it. And
even recently as like, I mean, last year you could do it. And
I remember like, what's that bookstore?
Barnes & Noble?
Books A Million.
Oh,
and
Books A
Barnes
Million,
Noble. They used to have like cards just randomly placed.
Tons of Pokemon. That's the only fun fact. Barnes & Noble is the only place I've seen Pokemon cards in since November. I found a 3-pack blister of Vivid Voltage at retail, which was at the time pretty rare to find because it goes for about $25 or $30 on eBay, and I got it for $12. But yeah, I mean, even modern cards, people are like, oh, I only want to buy the vintage. But like modern cards are going for hundreds or thousands of dollars. It's crazy. It's nuts. Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last year, though.
Pat, you should get out your old cards just to look at them. Just to look. You could have
you
could have a $30,000 Charizard.
I know I have some rarer cards, like I mean I don't know for.
If you have any first edition from base set, you were sitting on money.
I'd be willing to bet. Like I know I have like some rare. I think one of my rarest cards was like the secret rare Dark Raichu from Team Rocket returns. Team Rocket, because I didn't know, because it literally says there's like 63 cards in it, and it says like 64 out of 63.
Yeah,
like that's
Well, if you ever pull out your old cards, you should totally invite me over and let it just be me and you. And when you go to sleep, I'll protect them. And I will stay with them in your room, and I won't leave with them.
And also, you'll just have a hammer and like a silence gun for some reason.
Protection.
In my old Pokemon card, I actually didn't have a ton of rare ones, but I did have an old holographic Mr. Mime from... I don't think it's base set. I think it's probably Team Rocket, maybe, or maybe even Fossil. I don't know what it's from. And then I have there's a Machamp card. I don't know if y'all know about, but holographic Machamp, and there's just like a ton of different versions of it. I got one of those, but they're not hardly worth anything. Raw, they might be worth something graded, but I don't have like any of the big three. I really wish I could get my crown jewel. I don't want a Charizard. I don't want a Blastoise. I want a first edition graded holographic Venusaur. I want it so bad. And but a PSA 10 Venusaur from base set right now is going for about $25,000. Yeah, so I'm priced out of that for now.
I just remember that when I was little, I found an old Charizard card, first base set Charizard. Mm-hmm. It was in the bottom of a drawer with like water stains all over it. Mm-hmm. I just remember that, and I think this is all pain. Everything is pain.
See, I swear I remember pulling more cards, but I guess I didn't really buy a ton of Pokemon cards. I was more of a Yu-Gi-Oh person, which there's actually value in Yu-Gi-Oh cards too now, but not near as much as Pokemon. But I have a crap
I know I used to have a fuck ton of Pokemon cards, but I think they all got blown away.
Yeah, those are gone. Nature's got them now.
Yeah, they're in North Carolina.
Yeah, the 10-year anniversary of John losing his Pokemon cards.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, rip my Pokemon cards. I lost my house. Nothing major.
Also, my copy of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or one of them.
Dang, how could you, Jonathan?
No, it is interesting. On that note, a coworker of mine,
I think I still have that somewhere.
They were in their house when the 2011 tornado hit, and they survived, thankfully. But he said a lady from Georgia happened to be in town and gave him a picture of his back because the tornado blew his stuff across the world, and a family photo of his landed in Georgia, and she happened to be in town. I think she contacted him from Facebook and then gave it back to him.
We had some documents. It might have even been like original birth certificates that were found in South Carolina. They shipped them back to us.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I remember there was pieces of the Krispy Kreme building that used to be here that got blown away that was found in Oak Grove. Like pieces of the building. Mm-hmm. And Oak Grove's like an hour from here. I mean, like I said, this is building. Like obviously, paper you could see, but like pieces of building.
Nature's fucking scary.
It really is.
Yeah. And it like destroyed our fucking house.
There was nothing.
Nothing. Not a single fucking egg in the fridge was broken.
Hey.
That's some bullshit.
Super chicken. Oh, man. That's crazy. Man. But just think.
So, yeah, sorry for bringing the mood down.
That could have been.
Thanks.
You could have been sitting on $500,000 Pokemon cards.
Well,
I think the only one that might have been worth anything was I had a Dark Celebi.
Oh, fuck. I feel like that was something.
There's some dark cards that go. Dark Gyarados, Dark Blastoise, Dark Raichu.
Just the dark cards in general.
Yeah, they'll go for a pretty penny.
I know I had a few some pretty rare promos. I had this promo Eevee. It was holographic. It had the fire, water, fire, water, lightning on there. It's a pretty. I'm just trying to think. I know I had some pretty nice ones because I was just a kid. I wasn't going out and looking for them. I just sort of had some good luck and I took care of it. So. Hopefully, they're still accessible.
Yeah, my cards that I had as a kid are still perfectly pristine. I have one in a blue Pokemon theme book. I have another one in a gold Pokemon theme book with Ho-Oh on it that I guess came out probably when Silver and Gold came out. That I have. I didn't have anything too crazy. My most valuable cards in my collection now are all from the last 3 years.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
That's when the boom hit.
Yep. So yeah, that's all I've been doing: buying Pokemon cards and getting engaged.
Yeah, seems
Roller
like
coaster.
some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Some dumb, boring bullshit.
Yeah, just growing up. I had a real existential crisis the other day. Well, first of all, I pulled my back prior to recording, which
We had to bring a special chair downstairs
Yeah,
just for Tanner.
which always, well, I like to think that was like just like I'm the guest, but whatever.
Okay.
But I had an existential moment. I'm like, man, I turned 26 at the end of the year, and I'm like, I'm about to be married, and I have a house. Super fortunate, by the way. And I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but it's probably going to come off like that.
But he's bragging.
And like I was like, but man, I'm like getting old.
90% through your life.
I hope not. I have to be dying in like 3 years.
Pat, I'm sorry.
Oh man.
But just sort of like the passage of time, I meant to talk about it earlier, but we just got busy doing the earlier shows. But I realized that April 3rd of this year was the 1 year anniversary of me taking up the lead hosting position.
Oh.
Because like
nice.
I had completely forgotten. So I was like doing kind of getting stuff ready for the 4th anniversary quiz show, which is available wherever podcasts are found. Go
Listen
check that
to
out.
it. You would be shocked at the results.
It's some good stuff.
I sure was.
I was like, oh shit, because we had actually, Tanner had actually planned to have a bow, like he would sort of like have like an official final episode. We had like an official send off for him.
Cody and I both actually had like themed because we weren't. I at least wasn't planning on leaving the show full time till May, and I think Cody was going to leave at the same time too. And between the spring break, which is the last time we all recorded together in person, and May, Cody was going to have a special like bow out episode. I can't remember what Cody's.
It was going to be we're going to call it Codocs 11. Lads make a heist movie.
Oh yeah, we were going to do that for Cody, and then mine, I was going to do another Improv Hell 4.
Escape from Hell.
Yeah, Escape from Hell, which just never happened. And I guess at this point we kind of can't do it, but yeah, that was I guess I could do a Tanner Improv Hell 4. I just couldn't do what I'd planned for that Improv Hell. It was going to be really funny, but I actually still have. I found the Google Doc I had for it the other day.
Hey, it's not too late. You can still use that for something in the future.
If I ever leave the show again.
Like he comes back full time just to leave again.
That would actually be kind of funny.
But yeah, I think it's just sort of funny. Like, I think now that the world's back to normal, we can sort of have you back. When you have the chance. I know you're a very busy, modern man now. But
Buying Pokemon cards.
yeah, and just annoying your fiance. But I think it'd be fun to whenever you can to come back on. I know we'd love to have you, and it's like it'd be kind of like old times again, and just sort of. Honestly, I'm really just sort of. Like we talked about last week, just sort of like, holy shit, we did this for 4 years and we're still doing silly bullshit.
It is actually insane that this has lasted 4 years. Just because I remember Wenzel, Colt, and I sitting in my mom's living room being like, okay, what are we going to call this? And this was in like March of 2017. We were talking about what we're going to call it. And I just remember the collective moment of like, that's it, when we came up with All You Can Hear.
Yeah, I remember like Wenzel and I were rolling on the floor, just throwing out shit, trying to figure out.
Yeah, we were just putting words together. Like, and I think the way we got to All You Can Hear is because at one point we had landed on Banter Buffet, and we were like, all you can eat, all you can hear?
Yeah.
And that's how we landed on it. But the fact that it's gone on to like 4 years, by the end of the year, 300 pieces of audio, I'm sure, if you count Cage and Greatness in that.
But with Cage the Greatness, it'd be even more.
Yeah, so going to pass 300 pieces of audio in the AYCH network now, which is nuts. In like as many, tens of thousands of plays, which is again is nuts.
Because I was thinking the other day, there's a very good possibility that we might be one of the most prolific podcasts in the state.
Honestly, I
Just,
mean,
just in terms of sheer volume.
sheer volume and longevity, I would bet close to the top. I mean,
Because I know there's podcasts like outside of the state, just around the world, like that have like started and stopped. Because like you'd be surprised at how many shows don't make it to 10 episodes.
yeah. I think there was a statistic a couple of years ago that came out that I think something crazy like 28% of the podcast feeds on Apple Podcasts have less than 10 pieces of audio uploaded.
I remember I cited some similar quote when we did our 200th episode.
Yeah.
200 mainline episode.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, 300 pieces of audio. This is episode 211. I mean, yeah. Will 250 fall this year, or at the very beginning? I guess the very beginning of next year. But I mean, that's nuts. I mean, that's 250,000 episodes.
And it just goes to show, like, you know, we don't get paid.
Literally anybody can do this.
I mean,
It's like if you have free time that you're willing to kill with your friends, and you have things you just want to do, just do it. It's easy.
Because the podcast really started about a 2-year argument prior about French fries and which French fries were the best, and you know that
we would just argue about it in the car to like random restaurants or places.
yeah, like we'd be going to eat or going to the movies or just we used to drive around a lot when we were younger, like just ride. Cody would drive, and we would just argue about it, and you know that became episode 13, the French fry taste test, but. I think it would actually be really funny to over 200 episodes over 4 years later to do another French fry taste test. One, because we just got a lot more options now here in town, but two, just to expand it to the bigger cast of character. Justin has taken a bigger part. Cannon, whoever wanted to be on.
Because ever since I had a bigger talk with like some of our friends about being in the show and like what they like to do, almost unanimously they wanted to be on a revisit of the French fry, and that's like we don't really say no to a lot of ideas.
Yeah, I will say there's probably less than 5 serious ideas in AYCH history that's just been like pretty much everything else, even stuff that probably should have had a no, has been yes. I was thinking the other day, how funny would it be to record a podcast at my bachelor party with everybody that's going to be there?
That would just be sheer and utter chaos.
I know.
Even more so than our show normally.
Well, I think it would be funny to like have the audio equipment set up just all weekend. And then like whenever somebody was feeling it, go up there and then compiling it into an episode.
That'd be a funny bit.
But I'd also be a ton of editing. But...
Yeah.
And also 2 days worth of audio. But
also, we got to make sure everybody is treating the equipment good.
everybody would treat the equipment good.
I don't know. I'm worried about some kid here.
Who are you looking at?
I'm looking directly at you.
I love how
It's in my house. I take the best care of it.
Patrick and Cole are staring at each other. Patrick's like, who are you staring at?
But like, I'm just very excited for like what we do next, what's going to happen in the next year, like and years going forward. Because when you start a podcast or any sort of online, content creation, you're kind of signing up for infinity. So just whenever we ever can't do it or decide we sort of had our fill,
I'm not allowed to leave. I can't leave. I'm signed here forever.
Yeah, Cole actually signed his life away on his contract.
Yeah, those contracts I'm coming to realize are a little tough.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have signed those at such a young age. I mean, seriously though, like our first Colt and Wenzel hadn't graduated high school.
Yeah, I was 17 when we recorded our first episode.
Yeah, you were 18 the next week.
Yeah,
when we recorded episode 2. But I mean, like, I hadn't graduated high school. Just think about all the crap that's happened since then. I mean, multiple of us have graduated college or about to finish college. All have jobs and going on and just doing all this stuff. I'm proud of us.
It's been like a timeline of our sort of progression in life. I think that's at the end of the day, that's what I think I enjoy the most. It's just like a time capsule of all the of just our time together. Not to sound saccharine, but like it's genuinely even like whenever the day comes we decide to shut down the lights here, we'll always have this.
Yeah, like I think for the time in our lives, it has been a phenomenal time capsule. Like if nothing else, if nobody else listened to a single episode of this show after today, Like, it would still serve to be like an incredible time capsule of the last 4+ years.
And not just of our lives, but like everybody that we crisscross in the path.
Oh
with.
yeah, I mean everybody, like all the guests. I mean y'all did not miss a weekly episode during a global pandemic. Y'all like still uploaded weekly, which is nuts.
And there had been times where we were like, are we going to miss this week? But somehow we managed to pull through.
Because I know there's one episode that was John was out, Colt was out. It was just me and Wenzel, and like we had never did anything like one-on-one before, but we still managed to make it happen.
Yeah, and like I mean, and nobody would have blamed anybody, you know, if after I had left, been like, okay, let's just shut it down, or after Cody. Not saying that Cody and I were any more important to the show than anybody else, but you know, two of us
losing
leaving.
literally
Clearly, you weren't.
losing literally a third of the show.
Yeah, so. And it's something like, you know, y'all could have been like, okay, maybe the courses ran on this, but I mean, y'all have produced incredible stuff since Cody and I have left, and if Cody and I clearly were not driving the numbers after seeing the numbers of what y'all have done, especially what y'all did during COVID, and so far what y'all have done this year. I mean, the numbers this year have been insanity.
Yeah, because we had a very, very strong start to 2021, and like April we had like our biggest month ever, probably just in terms of like stuff released. But we had 12 full-length episodes come out between our show and Cage and Greatness.
Yeah, the last week of April, y'all released something every day except Tuesday. That's crazy. Like that's what like multi-million-dollar podcast networks do. Y'all just some people in the basement.
I haven't made a single fucking cent. I've lost more money.
I was about to say collectively, we are quite in the hole.
Yeah.
But good thing that we actually have jobs to supplement the show. But but like we do it because we enjoy it, and you know, if we ever got paid, that would be phenomenal. But like, you know, obviously making money is not the priority because we just like enjoy it. Because like literally people like our friends will come to us, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? Like Justin has been like on fire ever since he started the show. Like he's just raring to go to make stuff.
I mean, and that's how Pat got on the show. That was the first interaction I'd ever had with Pat as a person. That was me first time ever meeting Pat. We talked about the podcast. We're like, yeah, we should have. And this is like 3 weeks after we started, because we were at a party and Pat and I was like, yeah, we'd love to have you on, and we didn't have Pat on until like November. But yeah, and now Pat has been on more episodes than me.
Yeah, get fucked.
Which is crazy.
I mean, think about like of all the like the big shows out there with like a sizable cast, like, you know, on podcasts anyway. Can you think of a show where someone was essentially like a special guest, became a main regular cast member, then like went on to lead the show? I mean,
I can't think of a specific example. I'm sure it's happened, but I can't think of a specific example like that.
I think a last podcast on the left did it with Henry, or it was one of the people, one of the three.
Yeah, well, the thing, so Henry came on as a guest the first 2 episodes, and then they made him a main cast member the 3rd episode. Yeah. I don't really count that as the same thing. I mean, Patrick really started as a guest and then just kept showing up. Yeah.
I never left.
Yeah, Pat was just the guest. Pat is really the most prolific guest in AYCH history.
So prolific, he's leading it.
Yeah, he's the host of the show and edits sometimes.
Nobody stopped him. Nobody cared to stop him. He was just doing his job.
Yeah, I remember that next week when we recorded, because we were all in a group chat together on Twitter at this point, I'm pretty sure. And we were like, oh, we're recording this. And Pat was like, all right, great. What time do we need to be there? We were like, oh, we didn't know Pat was going to come.
I don't even remember when we added you to the group chat. Were you always there?
No, like y'all added me after a certain point, but it's been so long.
Well, you have to remember, we did not have a Twitter group chat for the longest time.
We talked on Facebook.
We were on Facebook.
God.
Oh,
fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a Facebook group chat.
God, I'm afraid to look at that chat.
I do kind of miss some of the bits in that, like, because like after we saw a movie, we would rename each other as the movie. So I think the last characters was probably Guardians 2.
Yeah.
That we did before we fully came to Twitter.
Because I know we stuck with Facebook for a while because John got their Twitter last, so
yeah, because y'all fucking strong-armed me into this shit.
Facebook sucks. Twitter's better, but Twitter also sucks.
Twitter sucks ass. I'm sorry.
Compared to Facebook, no.
Messaging system, I honestly think Facebook has a better messaging system.
No, that's like emails, but on hell.
I like Twitter's interface more.
Twitter is a lot better in many different ways, but it also sucks.
I mean, Twitter just makes me angry.
Facebook makes me angry.
It depends on like what is your preferable poison, because they're all very toxic in their own capacity.
I wish we could.
Well,
do
I
it.
think with like Facebook, I've like culled out all the shitty people for the most part.
Yeah, because there's only like so many people on Facebook, but like Twitter, it's like everybody in their bullshit. It's just there.
Well, it's like I never see like random people's crap on Facebook. I always see random people's crap on Twitter.
Yeah, that's me. I'm
Yeah.
just like, ugh.
It's like the show is also like enriched our lives in a way, but also incredibly poisoned it. Just was like it was how we interface with it to make it happen.
Oh, I've gotten way dumber. Like I said earlier, I've gotten way dumber since the podcast started.
It's a way of life.
And like Pat said, once I got away, I mean, my life is floored.
And now then, do we have to decide like in the chain of succession? It's like once I take my chance to go buy a house and everything, or buy a house officially. It's like who is the second in line?
Yeah, now Winslow and Colt have to get an apartment together. I always see y'all living together. I don't know.
I feel
why.
like that's the most reasonable thing that would happen.
I don't know. Time's hell. I don't know what's happening next.
you and
I'm
Winslow are
scared of the
moving in.
future.
Welcome to Extreme Home Makeover.
No, see, we actually record y'all moving in together. It's like
You're not gonna fucking help.
Now, Colt,
No.
No, we're just gonna record. Y'all.
It's like a documentary. You can't interfere with the thing.
I will
because it wouldn't
say
be genuine.
nobody at this table helped me move.
It was quarantine. God damn it.
we didn't like we tried to avoid helping Cody move because he had that 1-ton piano.
Oh, I was not helping Cody move. He could have paid me.
Thank you for getting that mattress into the back of my mom's car because I'm now using it as mine. It's really good. Because I remember she talked about how y'all struggled with it.
Yeah,
It was an ordeal.
Yeah, that was a day where it was like, okay, we only have to move a few things. Like I think it was mostly TV and sound system, and that turned into a whole ordeal.
Yeah, that was a lie.
I remember when we got our mattress, we got it. I don't even remember where we got it delivered. We have a king size mattress, and we got it delivered. And the guy came in the door. He's like, "That ain't going up the stairs." and my soon to be mother in law was there, and she was like, "It's gonna have to." That's where the bedroom is. This is the living room and kitchen.
Actually, there is a very modern house, but we just flip flop everything. Like kitchen, everything's upstairs.
That'd be kind of cool. I love my house though. It's great. I can't wait for y'all to come see. Oh, Wenzel's the only one that has seen it, but granted, it's a
You
mess
had
right
to
now.
entice him with rice.
Yeah, with Cajun pasta.
Like here's free food. Come visit me.
It was so funny. Wenzel came over because we had made Riley had made some Cajun pasta, and she made like 6 pounds of it. And I was like, "You think Wenzel would want some?" I was like, "Yeah, let me ask." And Wenzel came over, and Wenzel came and stayed for like an hour. As Wenzel was leaving, he was like, "Yeah, if y'all just ever have any more food, let me know. I'll come over," because Wenzel lives like 8 minutes from us now. I was just like, a little moocher. He's gonna be eating dinner here all the time.
You fucking offered it. What do you expect?
Well, it's just how he left. He's like, "Any have extra food, just call me."
I'll take it off your hands. Although we're still taking bets on who will clog up your toilet first.
I already won that bet, buddy.
No, of the group.
Yeah.
Well, Cody is staying with me for a week prior to the wedding because he's coming
That's
out
a
of
little
it.
bit though. That's a little bit from now.
Yeah, so I'm saying somebody will do it before then, but if not, it will be Cody. I mean, Cody will. I mean, the odds of Cody not clogging my toilet in a week span.
I'm afraid to shit at strangers' houses. Not strangers, but like other people that's not my toilet.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not going to be me. I am thinking
I will-
it's someone
I had a
over
bit
here.
where like we all try to rush it, like as soon as we get to Tanner's house, we just say hello, how are you, right? And they all immediately try to run to the bathroom. It's like 3 stooges trying to get through the door to shit on the commode.
Please don't.
I'm just going to take a roll of toilet paper and shove it in there and flush.
No, it has to be poop. Has to be poop.
Has to be pooper to count.
But yeah, we have. There's plenty of There's 3 bathrooms that y'all can try in. So
3, damn.
All 3 are blocked by the end of that weekend.
Are 2
well-
of them downstairs?
one's downstairs, and the guest bathroom's upstairs, and then our master bathroom, which y'all will not use.
Yeah, Tanner, it is up to you to have the new shit Kano story.
Oh.
Because our apartment had the last one where we had a party and then gallons of liquid shit came out of my commode, and never in human history has someone gone from drunk to sober.
You got sober so fast.
Oh my god! And Pat was so mad.
I've never
I think that's
seen-
the most mad
I
I've
was about to say
ever
that's
seen.
the
Pat.
most the most mad I've ever seen Pat, especially because from what I've heard, the person knew that they did it, but didn't own
Ownership
up
of
to
it?
it till like a year after, where you can't be mad about it anymore because y'all didn't live there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So look forward to that.
If somebody does that in my house, I will kick you out. I don't care if y'all are groomsmen in the wedding or not. I will kick you out.
I guess speaking of kicking out, we got to kick you out now because I think it's time to wrap up the show.
Wrap it.
Well,
Before you tap it.
Where you going? We're not wrapped yet.
You said you were kicking me out.
Oh.
Yeah, stand up so we can spank you.
Oh, I can't stand up. My back hurts.
Well, thank you all so much for listening today. It was good to sit and hang out with everybody again, and we hope you enjoy listening to some old voices come in and hang out too. You can follow us wherever podcasts are found on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Spotify, and any RSS feed catcher out there. Be sure to like, rate, review, subscribe on all those platforms. Keeps us visible, keeps us high in the algorithms. We always appreciate you when you do it. You can follow us on our socials on Twitter and Instagram at AYC's Podcast, Letterboxd and Facebook at AllYouCanHear, Twitch at twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear, and YouTube also at AllYouCanHear. Also, be sure to check out our spinoff, Cage and Greatness. We mentioned it before. In May, we have a full lineup of episodes coming out discussing Nicolas Cage movies, having some special episodes, and talking about Nicolas Cage's polar opposite, John Travolta. So we have a full month of May planned over at Cage and Greatness. We think you'll have a great time checking that out. Also, there's a merch store for Cage and Greatness now. Justin's been on fire, so there's T-shirts.
That is nuts that the spinoff has a merch store before the 4-year-old podcast.
You know,
me and Pat have been talking.
So it's not, so like we said, there's a lot of stuff on the table and a lot to look forward to from us and from all of our contemporaries. And lastly, you can follow me, Patrick, on Twitter and Instagram at AYs. Follow me on Twitter at John Lost His Name, and my art on Facebook at John Lost His Name Art.
My name is Jonathan. You can follow me on Twitter at JONIIBOI24 and John Owen 12 on Letterboxd.
My name Colt. Follow me on Twitter at ColtD00. Just forget paying rent and buy nothing but Pokemon cards this month, okay?
I've received that advice from multiple people now to not pay my mortgage.
Oh no!
You can follow me on Twitter and Letterboxd at Tanner1495. I just want to say thanks, guys, for letting me on. Maybe I'll be showing up again.
Maybe
Next time Winslow won't be avoiding me.
It is suspiciously awkward that he's not here.
I'm
right
just
now.
saying,
His silence is incriminating.
Have we ever been in the same room together?
Yes, it's
been recorded.
many times.
But it hasn't been visually recorded.
Yes, we've taken we don't take photos at all.
We need to start taking pictures. I realized that during COVID. We really need to start taking pictures. I have one picture of us as a group, not even as a whole group, because I don't think Jonathan's in it.
Probably not.
Yeah, and then
there's somebody in it that should not be there anymore.
Yeah.
So we need to start taking pictures.
So actually, Ellie, a friend of the show, she's offered to do a photo shoot for us.
And she's taking pictures of the wedding. So
we'll definitely remember to record ourselves visually as well as auditorily, because both things are nice. All right, but thank you, Tanner, for being here. It's always good to have you, and thank my usual co-host for being here consistently every week, and thank you all for listening. Join us next week. We have a lot of stuff coming up, so come back next week. We'll have even more fun, and we'll be talking to you very, very soon.
Bye.
Bye.